Hey there, it's Michael J. We're going to follow another one of my obsessions, as I often have them. I wish I could go back in time to see a lot of things that happened before I was born. And a lot of theater. I would love to go back to old Hollywood in the days when they were making silent films and the early musicals and be around that time. And certainly with the theater and also the ballet. I would love to go back and see some of the original productions of the Ballets Russes. That was famous for having the dancer Nijinsky, who made brilliant ballets with modern music at the time, like Stravinsky's Rite of Spring, for example. And also the great impresario of the Ballets Russes, Diaghilev, he would get together the greatest artists of all disciplines together. He even had Coco Chanel to design costumes for one ballet. And so there was really an interesting thing going on. It wasn't just the classic ballet stories, Romeo and Juliet, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Swan Lake, which we get over and over and over again. And mostly, we don't even get them in new versions. You know, you get a revival of a Broadway musical, and the director really takes a new look at it. But that's not so much the case when you go to the classical ballet today. But I wish they would revive some of these because they seem so exciting. Now, sometimes they are revived. There are companies in the world who love to preserve and bring back some of Nijinsky's ballets, and they use some of the original scenery, recreate the costumes. It's possible. It's just kind of rare. It's certainly rare in New York. I haven't really seen any of it in New York. So there was a great film, though, made called Nijinsky. It's about Nijinsky's life, but it really covers the Ballets Russes during that golden era of that wonderful ballet company. And so you get a little glimpse that this film does a brilliant job at recreating the costumes, the performances, and the scenery and gives you a glimpse into what it might have been like to sit in the audience and see those ballets. Sergei Diaghilev opened the Ballets Russes in Paris to show a bigger world how great Russian ballet could be, but he went beyond that, utilizing artists from all disciplines to create new form. His discovery, Vaslav Nijinsky, joined the company in 1909, and by 1912 was choreographing as well. Diaghilev and Nijinsky were lovers. Here they are depicted in the 1980 film Nijinsky.
Now the germ got through? I swear.
Alan Bates plays Diaghilev, and George de la Pena plays Nijinsky.
Common sense should prevail, shouldn't it?
Hmm?
It's the other bedroom tonight, isn't it?
If you say so.
Good night, Walter.
Good night, old monster.
Michel Fokine was the choreographer who really launched the company. His 1911 ballet, Le Spectre de la Rose, really showed off Nijinsky's gravity-defying leaps. Coco Chanel designed Le Train Bleu in 1924, utilizing bathing suits from her current season's designs. Other collaborators were Picasso, Matisse, Jean Cocteau, and Leon Bakst. This scene from the film Nijinsky shows a costume parade, and Ronald Lacey is playing Leon Bakst.
What do you think, Vatsa?
It weighs a ton.
Leon Bakst designed the costumes for Afternoon of the Faun in 1912. This had a score by Debussy, and it was Nijinsky's first choreographic assignment, and he also starred as the Faun. This ballet is legendary and notorious because at the end of the ballet, the faun masturbated on stage. And apparently, this wasn't planned and shocked everybody, including the people working on the ballet. And Nijinsky claimed that he was so into character that it was the faun doing it and not him.
When did you decide to do that? For God's sake, why did you do that? Do you know what you've done? You've just masturbated in front of all Paris.
It wasn't me. It was the phone.
Diaghilev loved the controversy because it just sold more tickets.
There won't be an empty seat in the house for the whole season.
Nijinsky really wanted to push the envelope, and he choreographed Jeux in 1913. That means games. The original idea was a menage a trois between three men, but that was considered too risque, and so it was decided that it would be two women and Nijinsky as the man for the menage a trois. 2 weeks after Jeux premiered, The Rite of Spring opened, which was Nijinsky's real masterpiece, with a score by Stravinsky. You can see how unlike the classical ballet this movement is. It was really, really different. It's the predecessor to modern dance, and it was really shocking to people, as was this music. This was modern music. We're very familiar with it now. Mostly everybody grows up finding out about this music because of Walt Disney's Fantasia and that great dinosaur sequence. The audiences in 1913 were not at all familiar with these sounds or these movements, and the story goes that the performance created a riot in the theater, and people started throwing things at the dancers, and it just absolutely erupted, as depicted here in the film Nijinsky. Well, of course, this made the entire ballet completely legendary and a big selling ticket.
Implore you to keep quiet, keep your voices. Let the performance continue. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please, don't. 2, 3, 4, 1. The dancers cannot hear the music. 5. Please be quiet. Please take your seats. Hold yourself. 5.
Even when it's recreated today, it's still pretty startling stuff, but it has a different effect on the audience. They cheer for it. They think it's marvelous, exciting. So that's another reason I'd love to have the dances of the Ballet Russes recreated more often. When you ask anybody who are the most famous male ballet dancers, there's only a couple you can name, and one of them is Nijinsky, and that's amazing because he was in his prime 100 years ago. And now the Hamburg Ballet has created a biography ballet about his life, utilizing his movements and telling his story and the story of the Ballet Russes. I was able to catch this when it was in New York a few years ago at the New York City Center. Diaghilev had a passionate, radical mission to show an audience works that would disturb its self-image and incite it to think in new ways about art. He wanted to excite an audience and show them a spectacle that would arouse them and break some taboos. The Ballet Russes showed its audience how to imagine the future,